Well, I'm going out to where I work, and this is quite a frequent thing for me to walk. One of the things I have to do quite often is set up my camera, and I like to get it level first. And that's pretty good. I spend a lot of time in my shop. Give us a little bit of light here. And I want to get back to working on this bench because this is where I would like to work. And I constantly have to take my coat off and put it on because today is going to be about 50 or 60. And I've got all this stuff on my bench because I've been working on electrical work, and we'll go over to the barn and do a little bit of that. So I'm putting all this electrical stuff back in my box that I have here, and got quite a collection. Here's a wiring book that I used for some of the wiring that I put on. Today I'm just going to show you a little bit about what I do and the time I have to put in to these videos, and just a lot of activity that has to be done. I've collected probably $100 worth of electrical things. I use a kit like this of terminals, and it's for quick connections. And I use my what I had to go help my mother. My mother is 92 and my father is 91, and I'm a preacher, and I put out a video about a disabled man in the Bible, and I have I guess you would say a thing for people who are disabled, because even the most mundane things like getting in and out of a car, it's very difficult for a disabled person. So I had to go help them. I don't want them on my videos on YouTube. I don't think they care much about videos in the first place. So I'm just putting all this stuff away. It's a collection of stuff. Very huge, you might say. But it's also very necessary, in my opinion. Sometimes I get plumbing things that are included in the electrical, but I usually have all my electrical things in this one box right here. And I've got things to do over here on the other side of the room. Got my table saw loaded with wire and so forth. I got odds and ends of wire. May never use them, may use them tomorrow, I don't know. So sometimes you collect a bunch of stuff, and sometimes you use it, sometimes you never use it. I worked with boxes and so forth, and sometimes I take a box like this and break it down so that it will lay flat in the trash. Unfortunately, a mouse has made his nest in there. As I said, I have to do a lot of walking because I have several different buildings that are separated, so I have to walk between them. Now we're going into the garage, and I have to show you a couple different things here. Setting up my tripod. I have this box that I made. It's 1/4-inch plywood over on here on this side, and then I have 3/4-inch plywood that I got free from a factory that produces laminated wood. And then this is 1/4-inch plywood over here, 3/4 over here. And then I just put a handle that has dado in it over on this side, and a dado over here. Right there you can barely see the dado because I got Gorilla Glue in there, but right there. And then I put 2 pieces of wood, one over here on this side and then another one over here on this side, and then put 2 screws in the top there, one over here. So that's how I made that. Then another box, I had a lock. The reason why I put a lock on it is I was going to use this at work, so I wanted a lock on it. And again, I got free plywood over there on all 4 sides. I believe this is a 1/2 inch plywood. And I have rabbets right here and here and here and here, all 4 corners. And then I have 2 cabinet hinges that I put here, and then I put a little thing here for the handle. These are screws for the handle, and then I put a little piece of wood for this lock mechanism that I bent to this particular shape. And then on the inside is a lock right here, and you can find these locks just about any home improvement store, but I put all of my plumbing things in here, and glue and all that. Some of the glues probably aren't any good anymore because they don't last very long. That's for electrical, for drain pipes and all kinds of PVC and CPVC and all that. So I got my lock here, lock it up. I got a handle to get it up here on this shelf. Then I have a shelf up here where I put everything. So I know where everything is. Yeah, it's messy, but right here is a box that is going to be a future video. And I think this is pretty cool. But I got this kit from MagnaFlow. From MagnaFlow, and it's got all of the hardware that needs to be on there for my exhaust system on my truck. And I'm not going to bring the whole thing out of here, but this is the catalytic converter and pipe assembly. So I got that from Amazon. Cost about $200. And I keep it in my 73 Dodge truck, which probably never get it fixed, I don't know. Yeah, more walking. And we're coming into my barn. This is what I have been working on for so long in the barn. There we go. Finally have light. So I have this light, this one over here, and this one up here. So I'm not going to show you the whole barn, but this is a 1901 barn, and the reason why I say it's 1901 is we found some wallpaper in the house that said 1901 on it, and that was the bottom layer of the wallpaper. But you can see that some of the beams are very rough. This one here is sawn with a circular saw. You can see up there that that one up there is also sawn with a circular saw. And what I figure is that this part here was a later addition to the barn. The barn has been modified not only by my father but by someone else. Down here, this is the entrance that I usually go through, and down here you can see where there are pockets made there, and they're all the way around the barn. There's some over here also, and quite a assembly of stuff. I figure that there was a huge granary here at one time. Here you can see the difficulty I have with this area. There's sunlight shining through there. Also up there, that beam up there, that is hand hewn. I'm not sure what the piece at the top is, but that's all hand hewn. There have been many different repairs made. There you can see some of the original joinery on the barn. Up there. And also, as I say, different modifications have been made to it, and we have this sort of mess up here on this side where braces have been taken out so they could put this hayloft up here. This is the hayloft right along there. And they took braces out, and of course that's going to weaken the structure. And there's up there, let's see if I can find it here. Up there is a terrible modification where, oh, they're right up there, I'm sorry. Right up there where a terrible modification was made, because right there was a pocket for a beam probably coming all the way down here. That's tenon has been sawed off. Now it's a weaker structure because of that. And right up there, you can see where that brace, they went down here to this mortise, that has been taken out. There is various rot all over. This barn is eventually going to come down because it's not worth it, and I don't have the tons of money to fix it. So that's a little bit about it, the history of it.